Welcome back to Better Together as One, and we are with three amazing health professionals from Mountainview Residence and Terrace. And I found out that your motto is care, compassion, and commitment. And based on our last segments, it's clearly been demonstrated. These stories are incredibly hard to hear, let alone experience. I can't imagine being part of that wonderful team, but what strategies are you employing to manage the mental health aspect of both your staff and patients during this crazy time?
The very first morning when we came in after we got our diagnosis, everything changed in our dining room, and it was like a smack to the face to all of our staff. It was like, oh my God, this is actually happening. This is real. Many staff members were very upset and very. It was hitting us hard. Tearful. They were tearful, shaking. Didn't know if they can do it. They didn't know, because remember, these residents, they're like family members to us. They're friends to us. Some of them were actually my best friend. So it was very difficult. So I put on a song. It's called "Funk You Up," and "Uptown Funk You Up." So I put that song
Bruno Mars
in the dining room, and we all actually made this giant circle, and we started dancing within the circle. We would call people out to it. To this day, I still have staff members that'll say to me that that was their defining moment on how we were going to cope. We were going to cope with laughter, and we were going to cope together, and we were going to cope holding hands and with like a family. And since that day, that's exactly what we've done. We've shared lots of tears, but we've also shared lots and lots of triumphs, and extreme amounts of success stories, even from watching someone who is extremely ill to walking across his room, someone who was not able to move, to somebody who was actually be able to sit up all by himself again. So we have incredible victory stories. For the rest of them, for the mental health, we have a meeting held every single day at 9 a.m. This meeting it didn't matter what was happening in the world. This meeting was happening at 9 o'clock or 9:10. Everyone waited for it. And at the end of our meeting, we all talked about everything that was happening, because again, we're a team, we're a family, and we have to connect together. If they don't know what's happening, then how are they supposed to do the care? So we were very open and straightforward with everybody. We had a prayer for any time someone was ill, and we came up with our own prayer, and we said that at our meetings. And then at the end of the meeting, every meeting closed off with, if my heart starts beating like this, what do I do? We have a mental health board that I put up so that people can go and get, it's not, someone to help you is not one fits all. So we had to actually go and see, different health care providers that could help us with mental health strategies. And they all volunteered their time. They volunteered and offered these services for free for quite a few months. Actually, they're going to revisit it in June. When my heart starts beating like this was grounding. It was something that it was done every day, where every single staff member would say something that they can do to ground themselves. Looking at the light, take a deep breath, go for a walk, talk to a friend, listen. So it helped them out quite a bit, because it became something that was very open and talked about. There's again no secrets, so it's like we shared all of our issues. If someone was having a hard day, we can open up in front of each other because we felt safe with each other. There was nobody that was saying, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Everybody was saying, oh my gosh, I feel that way too, and I'm here for you, and I support you. So we're incredibly lucky with the staff we have. For our residents, we did multiple wellness visits throughout the day with them. At one point, we were going around hourly, and then we'd also have quite a few visits where we had somebody that went door to door, had the resident walk over to the door so we could monitor their walking, how their mood was, how they were eating. Ask them if they wanted to play any games. Ask them to do some dance exercises at the door with them. Ask them if they were having any issues or problems that we can address and we can help fix. So we wanted to make sure that they were constantly moving, right, and constantly doing things. And we are, again, all of our staff are all included in all of our choices that we do. So we had staff members that said, you know what, I'd love to go outside and just show the residents my parade. So that's what we did. And we did a parade every day around the facility, dancing like a Zumba class. We also sent out newsletters every 3 days that would, volunteers came in.
We had
the churches would call. Yeah, we had a lot going on for them.
after the parade, where we would get people contacting us, asking if they could join and do something. So we had a little girl come in and do Irish dancing. We had a group, Smiles.
Oh, Smiles Are Essential
Smiles
came
Are
in.
Essentials came in.
The pipe bands came in. We've had lots of different people that have come around and said, you know what, let us help you. And our community has been absolutely phenomenal. The compassion and care we've received from our community and the outreach of support has just been incredible.
Wonderful. Well, there's another very special thing that you're doing that's near and dear to our heart. When I heard this, I am a mother of a daughter who is graduating this year. And as you know, it's heartbreaking when they can't have a prom. But if you work at Mountainview Residence and Terrace and you're graduating this year, we got you covered. Because can you believe this? You are hosting a prom for your students that work at Mountainview Residence. Can you briefly just tell us about this, and even promposals done to come to this prom? I commend you. This warmed my heart. Tell us about it.
Well, the promposals we actually personalized for each person. You got to remember, if they were getting asked to the prom, it would be by their girlfriend or boyfriend, right? So we would make sure that it was a very personal promposal to them, and you can see them at a later time. They are all on our site. We have the theme called Under the Sea, and it's celebrating everything that these guys have done. I mean, we've got one person who's been in university for 8 years. She's worked so hard. She's graduating, and it's her prom, and her graduation, she's got nothing. Another student who is 4 years. Graduating from university again, some from college, and multiple from high school as well. These kids deserve this. These kids deserve that recognition of their hard work, their dedication of what they put into it. This is the moment, their defining moment going into their future of what they're going to do. I mean, it's that next stepping block, right? So why not celebrate? We need to celebrate. So yeah, our theme is Under the Sea. We're going to have photographers. We're going to have awards ceremony. We've got a flash mob coming in. That's all done by staff. Okay, this isn't outside people. Everything's done by staff. But that's why we love our staff so much. This staff is truly a family. And this staff knows that this is really, really important to their coworkers. So they're all pulling together to make this extra special. We're going to have a nice buffet set up. The awards ceremony is going to be one of my favorites because, of course, it's the most likely. And you can't have a prom without prom king and prom queen. So it just goes without saying.
Well, I got to tell you, you guys are above and beyond.
We've turned into a high school here. So we've put this out for all the residents and the staff members to vote on who's going to be the next prom king and prom queen.
Oh my goodness.
Most likely to brighten your day. We have a whole, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but we have a whole list of most likelies. And I think that,
It will be live for the residents to watch as well.
Yeah, and our prom is going to be live on our TV show, because we do have an in-house TV show where they get to see us. So that'll be live in their rooms, and they get a chance to participate it through our open conference call, which is 007. So, and we're also actually looking forward to what you were talking about earlier, which is part of the nationwide graduation celebration. I am so on that.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well,
they worked hard.
Yes.
You can't take that away from them. And I think a little bit of, if nothing else you get, learning how to smile, learning how to laugh, and keeping that keeps you one foot forward.
Yes. Well, we have to wrap it up. Bravo. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for coming on and sharing authentically. We are so excited to have you part of our Better Together as One virtual prom across the country. And of course, you have a documentary coming out that we will be sharing here as well. So on behalf of our Better Together as One team, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking care of some of the most vulnerable population. And we look forward to having you back on the show. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us today.
Now, until next time, everyone, stay safe and stay well. And remember, we're better together as one.